Geist come in, and that's blue-white illusions versus mono-black infect. I expect we might see Mentor of the Meek, because even though Mentor is likely to die, Mentor might be able to draw a card before it dies.
They're starting.
How is Alex doing this year? You know, when it comes to the race.
Like
look at this. We've got a probe and a already flipped Delver. Delver of Secrets has now Brundle-flied it up and is 3-2 in the air. The hand over there looks like Spellskite, Lashwraith, Whispering Spectre, Swamp. Mm-hmm. Not a great hand for Matt.
So bring that up real quick.
And we get Lord of the Unreal. I think a fabulously named card from Alex Bertoncini on the one side.
I'm trying to find the...
Matt Petrov, his opponent. Another Gitaxian probe. And we see a phantasmal image come down as well.
So
Okay.
Matt lays another swamp.
Okay. We see a Delver there. Virulent Wound on the Delver. Inky comes as a poisonous attacker.
1/1 getting in there for
One poison. It's a very aggressive play. Vapor
Ooh,
Snare,
yeah.
Snag.
Snag,
Bouncing
yes.
I always want to say Vapor Snare. Lots of damage coming on in. This looks like 9 damage, unless I'm missing something off the bottom there.
3, 2, nope. It looks 9, yeah.
Damnation would be a good card to play here if it was legal. Infest would be great. I don't think that card's legal though either. Spellskite is re-dropped. In they come. Inkmouth Nexus is created. Only 8 damage. I guess that's a copy of of a Lord of the Unreal. Alex says, "Go, Lace." Is that a Moorland Haunt? I think so.
Yes, I believe so.
Matt on the back pedal here. Just
Yeah, that's a Moorland Haunt.
is that a Distress?
Yeah,
I think that's a Distress.
I believe that's a Distress in his hand.
Let's check your hand there, Alex.
Yep,
Got a land.
that is a Distress. Well, just packs
And
it in.
Matt is like, well, that land is strong enough for me to go to game 2.
All right, so
Sideboarding. The thing we're gonna see, I think. I could see Black Sun Zenith coming in against all of these little illusions.
that could be. Yeah,
It's a
I can
nice
see that.
sweep card. Tumble Magnet actually seems like it's pretty good.
Tumble Magnet seems very
And
good.
Curse of Death's Hold.
The one of Curse of Death's Hold. I don't really see a reason to bring it in, but Ratchet Bomb could be good.
Ratchet Bomb is actually quite good against all of the 1s and 2s.
Yeah,
Not to mention
exactly.
the 0s of Delver.
Zeros, yes. That would be the big reason. I was going to say the 2s seem like a very, very big one. The ones are pretty big, but zeros, not thinking about that before. Yeah, that's a very good thing to bring in.
I mean, I think what's going to happen is we're going to see Matt turn into a controlling deck, and we're going to lose Spellskite, Plague Stinger, Whispering Spectre, and we're just going to see more answers come in.
And then as far as Alex goes, like we said earlier, more than likely bringing in the other Geist. Oh, he also has a 1-up Mentor of the Meek in the sideboard. That's interesting.
I think the Mentor comes in, even though it's likely to die, just so that you can build up a card, perhaps, before it dies. I mean, if you put it down and then drop a bear, and then draw a card,
yeah,
like, that's great. Because you don't have to drop it on turn 3. You can drop it on turn 9.
That's very true. And it looks like Alex also has the 1-of Stitch Drake, which has been the mainstay of the more recent version of Todd's list as a 1-of in the main.
We got mono black Infect from Matt Petrov. For those of you who are just joining us, he's down a game. Alex Bertoncini is up 1-0 with blue-white illusions. And one of the things that we said at the beginning of this match that would make Matt have the edge was he has just a ton of removal. His hand, as we saw with that turn 2 Gitaxian probe, though, was completely removal free and actually fairly slow.
Yeah. It was probably an okay keep going in blind.
Yeah.
Just thinking that, oh, well, I'm going to be able to drop a turn 3 Spectre and then a turn 4 Lash Writhe Quip, swing in for a bunch. And it depended on, you know, how many swamps he could get in that time, because he did have at least the 1-of Ink Moth, and then had the second one a little bit later on.
And from Twitter, Kenneth writes from iPad MTG, Alex playing standard version of Fish. Shocker. You know, honestly, play to your strengths. Play to your strengths.
That's very true. If you have a deck that you are very comfortable with and have done well in the past with, a newer, updated version in standard of that similar type of deck, you might as well try it.
I don't know if it was Patrick Sullivan's first time at the rodeo when he came around for a Star City Games event and then top baited with Mono Red.
With Mono Red.
But, you know, if you're good at it, do it. It might not always work out, but I mean, you were at least going to be able to shortcut a little bit, because you don't have to fully learn the archetype. You can be like, this is just like this other time.
Yep.
That's why history matters, you know? Like,
it's very true.
If you can go and look back and be like, this is just like this. And it's never exactly just like whatever, but it can be close enough that you don't have to know as much.
Exactly. So one of the reasons that I was actually coming in today to replace Brian is because we wanted to announce a couple things. One of them is that we have a new director on board who today is his first show. That's why there's been a couple small things here and there that we've seen on screen, just learning everything going on. But his name is Jesse, and you might see him around if you come to our opens next year, of which we will be having one pretty much every weekend. The main reason why we brought him on board, because I didn't want to be on the road every single weekend starting next year. So Jesse is here, and also this weekend we're premiering our new feature match tent. One of the big things that we've had a lot of people complain about, a lot of problems with in the past is we've had a lot of people complain about glare, so this is going to help out with the glare problem quite a bit. And as you can see, pretty negligible right now.
Okay, we have an opening hand here of Matt with Distress, Crusader, it looks like double Plagues,
Stinger,
and is that a Lash Writhe? And
Lash Writhe, Inkmouth Nexus.
So, I mean, he kept this hand. It can do aggressive stuff, but the problem is, again, no answers. So he's in a pure race situation.
Yeah, nothing to take out, so yeah.
The bear is a 10-turn clock, and this Stinger is a 10-turn clock.
Stinger mixed in with Inkmouth Nexus might be a little bit different, but Alex, again, has
Vapor Snag and things like that.
A bunch of answers to it, so he brings a Delver out. So Alex played Probe and then played Probe again to draw out cards. paying the 2 life each time just so that he could play that bear. So Matt swings in for 1 poison.
There's a gut shot.
Oh, gut shot.
Never you mind, poison.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a Crusader hit the table. Alex, notably on a single island.
Flips over probe.
Sees the Gitaxian probe. 5 damage. Now, these probes are fabulous against Infect because they're just free. The damage is never going to be the thing that you kill somebody with.
So it looks like that's a Victim of Night
Or,
that
I shouldn't say never. Very, very rarely.
Yes, that's true.
There are the Lash Wraith for the victory games that do happen.
Yeah, so it looks like the only change to Matt's hand was he drew a Victim of Night there. So Alex, the Vapor snags the Crusader and swings in for 5.
Okay, and Matt Petrov here, kind of on the back heel. 5 damage coming in.
Yeah.
He's only on a 3-turn clock with a little bit of overkill. And this is all off of 1 land from Alex. And we have a Contagion class come down and knock out the
FNM version? Is that what it is?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's Altered Art or maybe it's an FNM version. Look at this. Delver. Brundle flies away.
Yeah.
4th mana.
And it looks like I was trying to find our point standings, and it does look like Alex is currently on top of our point standings for the SCG Open Players Club.
Victim of Night.
Coming in. Victim of Night.
Brundlefly, what do you see? You see nothing. A pair of 1/1s.
Does not get to flip them.
5-turn clock here that Matt is on. That's assuming no other interactions. Here they come. He activates an Inkmoth Nexus, which apparently is going to be Gut Shot. Again, Gut Shot, incredibly powerful when your opponent isn't actually dealing damage to you.
Looks like Matt drew another Victim of Night.
And that is a Moorland Haunt down there.
Replays the Crusader.
And we see a 1/1 Spirit enter the fray. It flies. What does the top of Alex's library bring to the table? Could it be death?
Is it death?
No, it is not death.
It's not death.
Cake or death.
Cake or death. I actually just watched that again a couple of days ago.
Very good. The god draw for Matt right now would be a Black Sun Zenith for 1.
Ooh.
And now the...
Playing Image on Crusader and then playing another bear. Yeah, on 1 would be pretty...
Black Sun Zenith? I think he just drew a Death's Hold, but not enough mana by far to cast it. What do you have, Matt Petrov?
Doesn't look like... He might be going for that Plague Stinger that he's got in his hand.
He's got some thinking to do.
And...
He's like, I don't have the mana. I don't have the mana.
Don't quite have it. And it looks like Alex is hellbent, so he doesn't really have too much to do. Like, if he flips those Delvers, he's...
Virulent Wound.
Pretty much got it at this point.
Plague Stinger.
Oh, there's Plague Stinger, so...
Let's check.
Let's see.
Still 1/1.
Not reveal, yeah.
Mortar Pod.
Mortar Pod, wow.
Blink. Take that, 1/1 flyer. Okay. Now he's got to think. Does he want to throw away a card in order to get in some more damage? Matt's life is very low, so it's not unreasonable for him to do so. And that's what he decides to go with. Particularly that Mortar Pod can turn every little bit of damage into a real problem.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's really a reason to hold back at this point.
I mean, I think Matt has to get lucky. So I think he has to block the bear and then hope that those Delvers don't
Take
flip.
3
and then you know, do some more hoping.
Yep. That's Swamp.
Okay, if that is a Curse of Death's Hold.
Nope. Almost played the Lash Ride, then plays the Swamp.
I mean, okay, I have to know if that's a curse or not, because if it is a curse, what he just has to do is like...
It's like Victim of Night, Distress.
That's Victim, Distress, and Lash Ride?
And Lash Ride.
So no curse, no curse, okay. No cards for Alex.
No cards in hand
Victim
for
of Night.
And Distress.
I think you wait a little bit on this, actually. Just sit back.
Well, at this point, Alex flips over Instant or Sorcery. It's just game over, isn't it?
It's
unless he keeps his mana up so that he can
Victim and then block.
Victim and then block with the Ink Moth. And that would put him at 2. So, looks like they're debating about something.
You know, they might have seen the debates recently and are trying to tell each other what they think was the coolest or worst moment, depending on their opinions. Basically, the choice Matt is making is in between laying Lashwraith or saving back for Victim of Night and Inkmoth Nexus. Alex checks. Still no instant. If Alex comes in with everything on the table, he knows he only deals 1 damage.
Ooh, that's
However,
interesting. The same person that you talked about earlier, Kenneth, iPad MTG, actually asked, did Alex draw the gut shot and choose not to reveal, forcing the Inkmoth activation?
I'm not certain.
I don't believe so.
So Alex lays the Phantom Bear, equips with Mortar Pod onto a Delver. You might have a response. What just happened there? Oh, he declared the attack and he victimed the spirit, and now there is the Mortar Pod on the guy there.
On the Delver.
I can't see Matt's hand other than the 2 cards we already know, Distress and Lashwraith. There is a new card in his hand. It's a secret, though.
Doomblade.
Says go. Let's check. What you got? Alex still says...
Still holding on to it.
Now, that Mortar Pod is going to do the work all by itself. He says attack. Okay, so activate Inky.
First, Doomblade.
Okay.
Okay.
Activate Inky.
Activate Ink.
Yep. And toss Inky in front of
Okay.
there.
Yep.
That's reasonable. All reasonable.
I think, just based on that brief glance I just saw of Alex's hand, I think that might have been a Lord of Illusions.
A what?
A Lord of Illusions.
Interesting.
But I only briefly saw the artwork, so...
Now, remember, in this game, I believe that Matt has used up 3 Inkmoth Nexus thus far, and Alex started first 3 turns of the game with only 1 mana.
Yes. But still had a lot that he actually did. He interacted with the game quite a bit with just that 1 mana because of Phyrexian mana.
Good old Phyrexia.
Which is some people's problem with it.
2 life now for Matt Petrov, and a Mortar Pod out with Moorland Haunt. There's going to be a large amount of things that Alex can do there. He thinks about making a token now. I don't know that there's any reason to. Casting Lord, is there any reason to? I like making a Haunt better than that. I don't like that play.
I think the token's much more valuable at that point.
You got a Lashwraith in hand. I mean, even if you get distressed or...
Ooh, was that...
that looks like a
Ratchet Bomb.
Ratchet Bomb, yeah.
It is a Ratchet Bomb.
We can maybe... We have a judge at the table?
Yes, we do.
We should check the life, if it's 10 to 3 or 10 to 2.
Vapor Snag.
Ouch. That is devastating.
Wow.
If it's 10-2, that's game.
That is game.
Well,
Even if it's 10 to...
that's it.
If it's 10-3, it's still game. Lose one, swing
Right.
for 2. Yeah, so
Either
Alex
way, either
Bertoncini takes game 2 and the match with blue-white illusions.
And to answer your question, Alex Varno, in the sideboard, Matt Petrov has 3 Black Sun Zenith, able to actually do a transform almost into a black control deck. Okay, so that is a quick 2-0 victory
That was pretty
for
fast, yeah.
Alex.
Still quite a bit of time on the clock here. We'll see if we can find one of our other matches.
Yeah.
Again, as Adrian did say earlier today, we are in kind of a smaller room. We did not expect quite this much of a turnout, honestly, today for St. Louis. We were quite a few people over what we expected here, and so we had to go into an overflow room. So we only had enough space for 2 feature match tables. One of is the video feature match, which can only hold 1 match, and the other one has 2 matches going. And as you can see there in the background, that's our new feature match tent, helping to reduce the glare. SCG Mobile is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, producer of the world's most advanced Magic the Gathering app, SCG Mobile. The app is now free, and you can start accessing StarCityGames.com content from your iPhone instantly. Beyond the basic options, a simple in-app upgrade of $4.99 unlocks an ad-free experience and expanded functionality, including live pricing, player profiles, and premium content access with an existing account. For more information, visit www.starcitygames.com or search SCG Mobile in the App Store.
What's the word on us droid folk?
I have been bugging Evan about that for quite some time. Honestly, I am a droid person myself.
Yeah.
I got mine fairly recently, like after starting at Star City about 6 months ago.
Right.
I got it within about 3 weeks, and he started saying, "Oh yeah, we'll